to another edition of the Mediocre Cover Band Guitar Guy. And pretty windy Saturday night here. No gigs for me this evening, which is kind of cool. It's good to put your feet up and relax a little bit. So, first one of the new year. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. I know I'm 10 pounds heavier than I was since I posted the last video here, which is sucky because I can feel it now, like when I'm trying to do things like blink, I'm out of breath. So it's a pretty simple one tonight. Just goes back to something that I keep pushing here on this thing about professionalism and being professional when you're doing stuff. And I did a video a while ago on stage banter. It was almost 3 years ago now, actually. Hard to believe I've been throwing this shit out, for nearly 3 years. And being professional and doing things on stage in a professional manner. And one of the things I talked about before is not getting drunk on stage, and because it looks bad if you can't perform. I remember my dad telling me a story. My dad's a huge music lover and used to go see a lot of live music, local live music, when he was younger and a little bit more active. He's also a guitar player, but he was telling me a story about a guy he went seeing. They're really, kind of enthusiastic about going up and watching him play. And like third song in, he had to leave the stage to go throw up. So like that didn't really look well on that guy. Nobody went back to see him after. So my advice now on this matter is bring the party, don't be the party. And drinking leads to, and I know it's funny because I like to drink and I love beer, but it also leads to behavior sometimes that's inappropriate, or you make bad decisions. And another thing that you need to be careful about when you're playing is actually feeding the audience drinks. And there's a whole list of reasons. It's a cheap way, in my opinion, may not be yours, to garner some likes and make your band seem popular and have venue manager go, oh, those guys are great and they're fun and the crowd really loved them. Who doesn't love somebody who's funneling free drinks down your throat, right? So, but there are other drawbacks to this, okay? Like, for instance, if you get somebody who's in the bar as a minor, and I don't mean somebody who's digging coal, I mean somebody who's not of age to drink. I know on the onus of the bar to check IDs and stuff, and if somebody slips under the radar, that's all you can do. But you also don't want to add to that. Your job is to enhance the people's time there, right? Not add to drama and legal battles. Because what happens when a person underage, just say they got into the bar and they weren't drinking, and then all of a sudden they're on stage and you give them a drink, to get up with the band, not to get up and play. Then what ends up happening is that the bar gets in trouble for having them in there. And yes, you're right, they shouldn't have had them in there, I get that, but you also enable that person to do something illegal. And the bar is the one who pays the fines and loses their liquor license, not you. Unless it comes out publicly that, it was one of the band members that gave it to the underage person, then what happens is your band gets a black eye. And you may not get hired for certain gigs. Other things, like I said, inappropriate behavior, bad judgment call. Somebody, that shot you gave them is the one that put them over the edge. They start a fight, they start harassing, other people sexually. They say, do things, or flopping around the club to get hurt. Then this is still all on the venue. God forbid somebody uses that bad decision and then hops in a car and drives, because then what happens is they can hurt themselves, or God forbid somebody else, or cause death to themselves or somebody else. You don't ever want to see that. Then there's the also legal ramifications of having a DUI on your record. That's criminal. So you want to stay away from that as well. People with addictions problems, somebody could be on the wagon and say, hey, screw it, I can have one, and go up on the stage and have a bit of fun with the band. And you're enabling that person to go back into old patterns. And people with addictive personalities are a little bit more beyond binge drinkers who go a couple days and then may not go for a couple months. It could result in them going back into a big spiral of self-destruction or a lifestyle that sees them lose work or family, friends, everything. So, like I said, bring the party, don't be the party. Keep the booze off the stage. There's nothing wrong with having a beer, guys. I like to have one every now and then. I don't do it every time, but sometimes somebody buys you one, you'll stick it in your drink holder, and you'll have it there for like the whole night. You don't want to get drunk on stage, and you don't want to get people drunk on your stage. Like I said, it seems to me like it's a cheesy way to garner a bit of fun for people, and you don't want to get caught into that and get people caught up in it as well. So just keep that in the back of your mind the next time you're about to pour the sauce down someone's throat, and say to yourself, am I doing the right thing here? Is this the right person I'm doing this to? Like, I mean, it's one thing if it's somebody you know really well, but like I said, if you got a stranger who's just coming back from rehab and then you're starting them off on a whole thing again, that can't be a good feeling. You're enabling somebody, and in my mind, that makes you just as greasy as the chip fryer down to Leo's Fish and Chips. So, see you guys. Have a great one. Oh, but before I go, I also would like to bring up this January 28th. There will be a benefit at the Legion in Kelligrews in aid of Nicole Randall, the wife of Doug Randall. Doug, awesome guitar player, singer, steel guitar, pedal steel player. Great guy all around, and it's in aid for those guys. Nicole's been battling cancer for a few years now, and get out and do the neighborly thing. I think admission's $10. Go out. There's some great talent playing there that night, and Cable Guys, Killing Time, and some other musicians are going to get up and do their thing. So get up and support a worthy cause, and hope to see you there. And thanks for tuning in. And the intro this evening was done. I'm just trying out my new Nobles ODR-1 with the bass cut. I'm really digging the pedal. Once again, it gets the old E major test. Cheers.